Hi, my name is Betty, and I wanted to make this video and share my experience with pituitary tumor for anyone who just found out that they have this tumor or they've been kind of going through it. I hope this video helps you. So if you're interested, keep watching. So first, I want to cover how I found out. I wasn't really having any symptoms. I was having normal headaches, like nothing, out of the ordinary. But I was having irregular menstrual cycles, but I had always had kind of irregular cycles, so I never really thought anything of it. But my husband and I are trying to have a baby, and I wanted to go to my gynecologist to get this, back on track so we can, start trying. So he did part of that. He did some blood work to find out where my hormones are. And when we got the results, one of my hormones was a bit higher than it should be, and that hormone was prolactin. I believe prolactin in a normal level is under 20. Mine was 74. So he suspected that there might be something on my pituitary gland. So he said, go get an MRI. There might be a tumor on your gland causing this excess prolactin. So I did get the MRI, and sure enough, we saw that there was a 3 centimeter mass, which is bigger than an inch, within the pituitary gland. The gland itself, it's about the size of a pea, and it kind of hangs from the base, the middle of your brain. It's right behind your nose, like in the middle of your two eyes. And the tumor was about bigger than an inch, and it was putting so much pressure on my optic nerves. It was like pressing on it. It kind of like, your optic nerve is supposed to be like this. It was like bent and like squished. So he was putting pressure on my optic nerve. So he referred me to a neurologist and an endocrinologist, and I went to see them. And because my mass was very big, the only way that they could treat it, I guess, or get rid of it is through surgery. It was not a type that I could shrink it with medication. Later we found out, because after they took out the tumor, it wasn't a hormone producing tumor. It was a silent tumor, which is basically, you can have it, and it will grow and grow and grow, and the way you find out is basically when you lose your peripheral vision, and then eventually you can go blind because it will damage your optic nerves. And that's how usually people find out, and when they start losing their peripheral vision. But thank God I didn't get to that point. I found out way earlier, and I had no like vision problems. I do wear contacts, but it wasn't like I couldn't see, or I lost vision. So but if I hadn't found out when I did, eventually I would have lost my peripheral vision, and then my vision completely. So and then once you get to that point where you lose your vision, I mean, they can take out the tumor, but they cannot guarantee that you will get your vision back, which is, it's very, very scary. So that is how I found out, and that was my option, is surgery. Within the surgery, they had two options: either to go through the nose or to do a craniotomy. I didn't want the craniotomy because I did not want. Just the thought of them cracking my skull was just very stressful, and like I just could not, I didn't want that. But thank God they had another option for me, which was to go through the nose. It's transsphenoidal something surgery. I can't remember the name of it exactly. So my team of doctors were, I had an endocrinologist for my hormones, I had a neurologist, and then I had an ENT. So what the ENT did, he basically went in and he opened up the pathway for the neurologist to go in and to take the tumor out. my neurologist, he was amazing. His name is Dr. Little. I live in Arizona. He's part of the Barrow Institute, so he was amazing. I'm very fortunate for all of my doctors and nurses. I mean, they really took care of me. And so they basically, my surgery was about 7 hours, just because my particular tumor was very, very dense and very sticky. Some people have this tumor and it's not as it's not sticky, or it's like very fluid, they said, and they can usually suck it out, and it's like a much shorter, like a 3 hour surgery. But because mine was very dense, and actually it had a fluid cyst within it, so it was kind of complicated. My neurologist was like, your tumor was very difficult. It was very like dense, and it wouldn't like cooperate. Um, but thankfully they got, I would say 97% of it out. They left a little brim because it's kind of stuck to my optic nerves and my arteries. So they didn't want to mess with that. So they have a very thin layer left. And they're of course going to monitor that, and if it ever starts to grow, they said radiology is like radiation therapy is like something that they would, that might be an option to do, to zap it with radiation. So this is my basically story. It was a pretty, it's called pituitary macro adenoma. It's macro, it's not micro, it's big. So they said it's macro. But it's a silent type that it just grows, and I'm sure I've had it for a very long time. So, and it doesn't give any symptoms until you basically lose your vision. I'm very fortunate that I found out, and it is out, and now I'm recovering. I've had my surgery for 3 weeks now, and I am home. I'll do another video and kind of go over the surgery and how the recovery was and everything, but that's basically what my story is with pituitary tumor, brain surgery. If you have any questions, please, comment, and I'll do my best to answer them. And I hope this video helps someone. And I know it's very scary. I know when I found out, I was devastated, because I never would imagine, something like this happening to me. Even though they said, oh, it's not cancerous, and it's just a tumor, like it's not cancerous, it's very scary when they tell you that you're going to have brain surgery. No matter how much they say, oh, this is like they do it all the time and it's kind of common, but it's when it comes to your brain, it's very sensitive, and it's very scary. So I hope that this video helps someone. Like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments area, and I will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you, and thank you for watching.